What's up, everybody? Welcome into Cart Path Only. We had some rain in the fairways, setting up our system here, but excited to get it going. Scott Atwood, Tim Tully, really excited to bring you this. We've been talking about this for a long time, and really excited to bring a little bit of fun into the public golf world, the private golf world, kind of merge together. Um, and yeah, Scott and I, we've known each other since high school, and been pals and played a little golf. He caddied for me in the Mass Am, and we were kind of cooking up. What are some ways that we can work together and get golf going? And obviously, you probably know his voice, but here's the face of Scott Atwood. Is this the best Muni podcast in golf? And we can
I
lead
think
off
it
of that.
is. I think it is. This is what goes on the cart path. But yeah, just to piggyback off of that, I've been posting a lot of content. A lot of people have seen me, especially in the New England area, but been branching outside that as well, and just been doing tons of reviews and also some funny content, finding just about every course possible, whether it's the dog track or not. And yeah, super excited to bring this. I think that a lot of golf podcasts that I see are a bit sterile, not to call them out, but I think a lot of them are a bit boring, very technical and whatnot, and don't really speak to the average golfer, to the average person, to the average weekend warrior. So very excited to bring those takes to the average person.
For sure. For those of you that maybe don't know one of us or not know each other, like I mentioned, we went to high school together. I think we have two kind of different golf backgrounds. I grew up playing since I was a kid, switched over and played in high school after I got hurt playing football. Scott, you kind of picked it up after college and, have really dove in and got the bug hardcore. I think I've been stricken with it my whole life. And, you've built a really impressive following of people who I think are probably pretty similar to you where, athletes all throughout high school, all throughout growing up, and then looking for a way to be competitive and find golf that way, right?
Yeah, I got to find some way to get outside, get workouts in. So I know it's not the hardest workout, but I call it my workout for the day.
And so a little bit of background on our games, right? So I I'm currently somewhere around like a 2 or 3 handicap. I've been scratch pre-marriage, pre-baby, not quite there. Try to play in some state amateur stuff. Um and you did put this on the agenda. My best round ever is 69. I've done it 3 times. I've missed the putt on 18 for 68 twice. So the first 69, I made the putt for 69. So I count that as a win, but I'm still knocking on that door. But that's where I live in the golf world.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'm a little bit worse. I'm in the 9 range, so a little bit more of a weekend warrior, but have gotten much lower. Some of my best rounds, honestly, are from the tips at just crazy courses. Like Stream Song Blue went from the tips and shot like a 81. So that was a pretty serious distance. That was over 7,000, I believe. So that was a good one. But I don't know, maybe I've shot a lot of like 70s, 71s at real dog tracks. At some shorter courses. So it's tough to
I could have
say whether it's legit or
I
not.
could have used that at the dog track we were at for the Mass Am, for sure. Um,
Oh my God,
and yeah, so
that place
I
is a
think
dump.
those two kind of backgrounds. I'm more of I've been a country club snob kid, growing up caddying, and then just playing along at my club since then. Scott, you've kind of bounced around. I would say in the 4 or 5 years you've probably been golfing a lot. You've definitely played more golf courses than I have. I've done country clubs and golf trips. Really, I haven't done the public circuit, and you're certainly going to take me out and show me how the other guys live, which I'm really excited about.
I
I
don't know if
only
you're
have so
ready
many.
for it.
Yeah,
There's some
I need some
serious
more
dog tracks out there.
I need some more flagrant polos and maybe some Skechers golf shoes to get out there, but I'm fired up for it.
I saw a really good hot dog polo this weekend, so that was my personal favorite. Just hot dogs everywhere.
And we went through that. All right, so let's jump right into it, right? So you kind of know who we are. We can kind of give you the idea of what our podcast is going to be, right? What we want it to be is want to, talk about our weekends, talk about our rounds, talk about different places we played, talk about big topics of the week in golf, and we'll kick that off in a second here. Talk a little about pro golf, talk a little bit about muni golf, what's going on in our kind of little golf world, and then at the end, we'll have our match play segment where we'll do, kind of like a draft. We'll go back and forth, and then build that as we go along. We're going to have a ton of guests on throughout the year. And we're hoping to, release these on Tuesday mornings or Monday evenings every week as time goes on. But um, transitioning into our first topic here, out of your world, Instagram. If you saw this, if you're on Instagram, you saw this, the Big Cedar cart in the lake, like Paynes Valley, guys drive right off the cliff. What was your initial thought about that?
Absolutely insane. I was trying to get an idea of what angle they were coming from because it almost looked like they had to have been coming backwards and just flung off a cliff. And I was like, how do you even, you have to be going at full speed. I'm like, do those not have the governors where like I'm used to those little signs that have the warning signs that say, 6 miles an hour or whatever. I just simply don't even understand how that can happen.
So
What
I've never been there. I've definitely want to go out and play Paynes Valley and do that whole deal. You have a couple of notes like was alcohol involved? Has to be. July 4th weekend
has
is
to
probably 100 degrees. But like I feel like with that way that like track looks or that cart path looks like it has to be like Splash Mountain. Like hook the cart up and just drag the boys around because after 19 holes of golf on a hot day like that, like you can definitely see it. I cannot believe nobody got hurt. Like when they
I know,
pan
God bless.
over when they pan over the side of the cliff and there's like hubcaps and golf shoes and all this, you're like, holy shit, like what happened here? And like, don't get me wrong, I'm a distracted driver when it comes to the golf course. Like I got the Arcos up, I got my music control, like I'm not paying attention. I'm a really bad partner in that regard because once I hit, I'm like, all right, what do I have to do next? Where do I go? And like, I'll drive up and get to the fairway, be like, where'd you go? Which is the worst. And I like when I play in tournaments, I'm like, I'm not gonna know where your ball is, so don't get mad. Like, I'll help you find it, I swear, and I'll watch it off the tee, but you have to tell me. I'm just too ADD for that. But you're coming off a round of golf, like it's not like you're angry. It's not like you're taking the wheel from your buddy. I just don't know how you can have that kind of a drive where that's even a possibility. Like that,
It's
when they did
dramatic.
the video, they drove over, like they're on the cliff. The guys in the car taking the video look like they could drive off any second too.
I mean, I don't know. The card is far. The card is far. So they had to have gotten flung. They had to have rolled it. I just don't understand the physics behind it.
I don't understand anything about it, man. I don't understand anything about it. I'd love to play there though. That's like my number one golf trip right now on my list is Big Cedar. Big Cedar. There's two par three courses they have. Paynes Valley, obviously, Ozark National, Bass Pro Shops. Like, sign me up. I wish maybe we can get some sponsors, NetJets, fly us out there. Um, that's probably a good thing to go. Like, just ideal, like dream life here. Everything goes great, first episode, like 2-3 million downloads, scale to 10 million. Like NetJets, I just want to be like clear with you. NetJets, Marquee Jets, any of those brands, like we're ready for the sponsorship. So,
Big Big Cedar, if you wanna fly us out, we'll happily play every single hole
yeah,
of golf
we'll
there.
fly commercial. Well,
Yeah,
like maybe probably business class nonstop would be my like breaking point there. But yeah, I think that would work.
I would drive it. I would drive it.
You drive?
Yeah, I mean,
I would
I'm
drive
used
the
to driving to the public, so I
I
drive a
get you.
lot.
But so we could probably fly into like St. Louis and drive. I would do that. I would do that.
Easy.
But the problem for
Easy.
me driving is like if I'm doing a date, like I played at Cabot and we went. My buddies drove like 12 hours to Montreal, stayed overnight, and drove in the morning to Cabot. We flew to Halifax and drove through the night up to Nova Scotia, or we were in Nova Scotia, up to Cape Breton. If I lose that travel day, that could be a golf day. That's where I'm like, I'm trying to optimize. Like, I'm going out this week, we're playing, 2 hours after we land, 3 hours after we land, anything like that. Like, I'm trying to optimize. If I'm off the clock, which it's not a clock, but if I'm on vacation or I'm on the trip, I want to play as much golf as possible. So I got to fly in there. I don't care. Maybe I'll do one connection. One connection. The business class cancels the connection. That's fine with me.
It makes sense. You got PTO considerations. I mean, there's folks like me who are unemployed, so, makes it much easier
Not
for
for
us. I can
love.
just go any day. Yeah, that's right.
Carpath
That's the
Only
positivity we
LLC.
need. That's
Coming
right.
soon.
Yeah, any sponsors want to fly us out and yeah, maybe give us a private jet or $50 million, we'll accept.
Yeah, and speaking of being unemployed, let's talk about LIV because there's a lot of guys over there that are going to be unemployed. Phil Mickelson probably top of mind because after that
Oh,
article, there's no way he's coming back to the PGA Tour anytime soon, and I don't think he's a game for it right now. But did you see
do you
Bryson
think?
DeChambeau's 4th of July pictures?
No, that just sounds scary.
We'll have to add him in for the folks. It's some of the weirdest shit you've ever seen in your life.
Did he
Um,
just do like a boxer shoot or something? Or
it's kind of like outdoor JC Penney photo shoot deal. He's got the hot dog, he's on the grill, he's sitting on the back of a truck with just his dog. There's nobody else in the pictures.
I just took a look.
It's
I mean, he's
unsettling
looking
to be
lean.
honest.
It is unsettling. He's looking lean. He's looking small.
Yeah, I don't get it, man. He
He's
had
losing
it.
it.
He had such the perfect like pocket of it. And the live thing, like he did the YouTube to kind of bring himself back, but like he should have went with Brooks. And I don't know what it was. Maybe it's a pride thing or maybe it was a some kind of way that he set it up, but like I don't get it. I don't.
After the Pinehurst US Open, I was like, he's coming right back. I'm like, he's gonna find a clause, he's gonna find a way out, his lawyers will find something. And I don't get it. I don't even know if Liv is gonna have another tournament.
I don't think so. I mean, I, I like if you could draft your live guys to come back, like after Rom, Bryson, Cam Smith, maybe. Like I don't really know who I want back. Sergio, I don't care for. Phil, I don't really care for anymore. Like some of the young
Sergio's over
guys,
the hill. I mean, Phil's cooked. I don't know how much of that article was real, but Phil is cooked. I it
yeah,
it's bad. It's bad. You
yeah.
you
Like
see he
shrink or grow. Phil Mickelson putting the golf cart in the cart boys' car to drive around for 5 hours.
yeah, with his phone for the location, absolutely insane. Or
And I want
building
to,
a apartment in the
I want to
clubhouse.
dig into that too. So if he's putting the phone in a cart boy's cart and he's saying drive around, like, is that guy playing? Is he driving to the tee box, counting to 30, driving to the fairway, counting? Like, that doesn't logistically make sense because I've driven, I've worked the cart boy job. If you get the cart and you're like, take a lap, that's a 25-minute drive if you're just not stopping, going cart path all the way through. There's no way that Phil, even with that coffee supplement or whatever, is getting in and out in 25 minutes. And also, he has a golf wife. Like she's gonna know he's not on the first hole for 45 seconds. So, I mean, for $500, it's got to be a 3-hour trip. I I thought the throwing the
What a
phone in the member's cart was the way to go because it's slower along the way. Now I've never really thought about this. I don't really have any interest in exploring this, but for $500,
maybe
like that's got to be a 4-hour ride for that cell phone.
Yeah, I mean, maybe though, that's the best job ever. I actually, in fact, maybe I want that job. Just think about that. Think about you're the kid in the cart barn and you just get to go play golf all day and you just get to drive around with this guy's phone. You're like, yeah,
You could double
yeah, I'll take
bag it too. You take
I'll
three or
take the
four
500
carts.
bucks.
Well,
Yeah,
dude, you take
exactly.
3 or 4 phones.
Yeah, exactly. You could caddy and play. Like I don't know. There's a lot of opportunity there.
I'm sure
I
you
just think
move
it
out to
sounds
the
like the best
Hamptons,
job.
dude. You could probably fill out a W-2 with doing that in the Hamptons, one of those
I
clubs.
mean, if Tiger wants a driver, I haven't had a drink in 3 weeks. So if Tiger wants a driver, I'll sign up.
Yeah, he's got to get one of those. I think that sounds like a really good idea. And I'm a Tiger guy. I'll put that on my stamp here. Tiger can do no wrong as long as nobody gets hurt. I like that's my hero. But yeah, dude, that would be a good gig for you. Is if you drove Tiger around while Tiger plays, you hang out, you find like some other guys there, and you're like, "I'll take your phone. Go do what you want. Go do an 8 ball in the locker room, whatever you want to do. You're covered here."
I'm fine with signing NDAs. I'm fine with whatever. If anyone wants to hire me, hit me up. I'll take it. That sounds like good money. Sign me up.
All right, so sliding in, and this is the first episode, so we're gonna do it kind of short and kind of keep things tight. We're gonna go into our first ever shrink or grow segment. Grower or shower. Kind of think about that overall take of things we got to turn down in the golf world and the things we want to turn up on. Scott, you had a couple great ideas this week to throw kind of at me. I would love to hear your takes and take off there.
Yeah, I mean, one thing is just getting too drunk while playing golf, and I always was a proponent of, if a round's going poorly, just get another drink, but it's been so hot, and I start realizing, like, I get to hole 12, 13, and I feel like I'm gonna drive off the cliff like those guys at Big Cedar. I think I'm shrinking on that. I think, even if it's a weekend round, I think there's a cutoff limit. I think it ends pretty quick, and it's a hot take because a lot of people go out there to get their yayas out, but it just ruins the golf rounds.
So I wish I had a disassociating take on this, but I don't at all. And not more so because I care about other people, but for me personally, 2 drinks is the line for me. I can do if I have 2, I'm cool, I'm hanging, we're having fun still. Over that, I don't want to be there anymore. And there's really no place I'd rather be than a golf course or with my family. So if I'm at that point, like I don't need to do it. There's a lot of reasons. In my world too, I'm only getting $8 or $9 Bud Lights. If you're getting a mixed drink, it's a double digit price tag, $15, whatever that is. No thank you on both of those. Like, I'm not paying more in drinks and carts. I don't want to do that at all. Three, like, I don't play as well. And that's why I'm out to play golf. Like, I'm the hardo like that where I want to play as well every time I'm there. Like, I would rather, like, drinking is my, like, substance. I'd rather have 3 cups of coffee and be, like, super jacked up than drink 4 beers and be drunk. That being said, if we're playing in a match and you want to drink, go ahead. Keep drinking. I'll buy you drinks because you're going to be paying me back for them. So I'm all about that. I think that's a shrink,
Exactly.
personal shrink. If that's your, if that's your cup of tea, if you're out there to have a good time and let loose and disassociate and you want to drink, go ahead. That being said, one, I'm not riding and you're driving in the cart if you're hammered because I don't want to end up in the pond at Paynes Valley. And two, play against me because I'm not. I'm not. If we're there on a bachelor party and we're there to get drunk, sure. If we're playing a round of golf, we're playing a match, we're doing whatever, it's a special course, no interest for me at all.
Even the bachelor party, man, the amount of times I've told myself I can make it to the 6 a.m. tee time and you wake up with just your head pounding and you can't even swing a golf club. I can't see it. Bachelor party,
So,
I think you either go on a bachelor party where you party or you golf, but I think it's tough to do both.
yeah, I have two very, like, different golf groups. I have my buddies who are, trying to break 100, trying to break 80, 95, like when we play. I will drink when I play with them because they don't want to have a match. And if we have a match and they're stroking on every hole, like, do I have to shoot even par or, like, are they even paying attention to me while we're playing? Like, I don't care about that. But, like, if I get in the cart and tell them I had a 3 and they say great job and I had a 6, like, they weren't paying attention. Like, there's no juice to that. So if I'm with those guys, if we're screwing around, if we're on a bachelor party, let's get lit, let's have a time. If I'm on the golf trip guys, I'll drink at the fire after, I'll drink at dinner. But yeah, during the round, I got no time for it. I got no money for it either. Um,
Yeah, it's really expensive. Cost you like 400 bucks a day to go to a decent country club. Went to like Newton Country, or I went to Newport Country Club, or no, Newport National, the public one, recently. And yeah, it's like 250 bucks. I'll call them right out, 250 bucks, and it's like the worst service ever. And then 10 bucks for an egg and cheese that was just egg and cheese that was sitting in like a heater or whatever. I'm like, I'm 400 bucks by the time I get to the first tee. It's not that good of a course.
yeah, I totally agree there. I think there's a lot to do. I'm kind of looking at your list of shrinks here, but like,
I was gonna say,
all right,
give me a good shrink or grow. Give me your top shrink or grow for this week.
all right, this is kind of a cheat code, but my top shrink of the week is alignment aids on putters. I had the lab, I had the T, the big fat T, and I took a Sharpie and I got rid of it. So I just have the little one there. I don't want anything
Yep.
extra on my putter. I don't want anything, and that's all because I don't want to buy the Ping Wyndham Clark putter. I do want to buy it. I can't afford it. To make
Fair.
that clear. But I had a big ugly alignment mark. I was aiming everything left. I'm right eye dominant, but I throw football left-handed. Did some deep research. Trimmed down the and yeah, I have my putter in my office. Trimmed down the alignment mark. I'm gonna start making putts. If not, I am putting shrink watch on lab golf putters as a whole. I'm doing it. I had a very bad round at an awesome country club in South Carolina last week. Had a great day at a Muni the next day, putting eyes at the hole. And then yesterday I had a nice 28 putt round with the new alignment mark, looking at the hole as well. So that could be a grow. Eyes up putting. But I want, and I'm saying this in front of him because he's a friend, the lab putter is on serious shrink watch. The Bettinari
Yeah,
blackout is also made it into the office today. So he's getting some rolls on the carpet. I got a men's league match Wednesday night. He might get to see the field that day. And, if we putt well, he might make the flight out this weekend.
a level of 1 to Jordan Spieth. Like, what are your putter troubles right now? Would you say it's full
I'm
Jordan Spieth
there.
where he's just
I've probably
you're
been
there?
there for like 3 years, basically since I decided to get the lab putter. This is my second. I traded in the O's for this one. And I've had great days. Like, I've shot 69 with it, was plus 5.5 strokes gained putting. But the speed control, particularly when you're playing different courses, is impossible to get a feel for. I've tried cross-handed, I've tried eyes up, I've tried everything. my main issue is I don't have time to practice lag putts because I'm showing it like yesterday. I got to the golf course at 7:54 for 8 o'clock or 6:54 for 7 o'clock tee time. Like I don't have time. If I had time, maybe it'd be better. But I'm the kind of guy like I'm the anti-Spieth where if it's not working, I have 6 putters in my basement. I'll pull another one up and go play with it. So
That's
I
insane.
always try to go back to my original like high school Scotty Cameron first, and then branch into I have Phantom, I have 2 Bettinardi's, I have the Lab, and just see what works. I'm not ruling out buying a left-handed putter this off season and putting like
Since that's crazy.
I think it could be what frees me. I bought my first Lab because they didn't have a righty in the store, and I was putting so well with it lefty. I was like, I'll definitely like it righty. So, um, I didn't.
That would be a cool.
Uh,
That would be a cool party trick. Very cool party trick.
dude, I'll tell you what. I played a guy in our season-long match play. Nicest guy in the world. This guy Tom. Used to go to school with his daughter. It's so nice that on the third hole, my buddy Lucas came out to watch us, and I was like, I got to get in the cart with you. This guy's too nice. And I was giving him 11 shots in this season-long match play thing, and he plays right-handed and putts left-handed. It's the craziest thing, and it's so disarming to you. Like, and he's just such a nice guy, and he like played a couple years ago, and now he's better. And I'm like, dude, this guy's so nice. It's so complimentary and whatever. Like, I want to hate you. I need to get in the other golf cart and do it. So I finished him on 16, which was nice, but I was 3 down after 6, given shots. So he was too nice. I have to get mean. But yeah, no, I think I could be a candidate for that. I mean, my golf brain is a ADHD like of gadgets and different stuff that I'll try. So I wouldn't rule it out. I have a
Yeah.
putter
See
for my
that
daughter
that's trouble.
that's
That's trouble to me.
I have a putter for my daughter that's maybe this long, and I've rolled it in the basement and thought about it. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at.
I mean, that's trouble. I like. See, I had the TaylorMade Spider before anyone else had it. I had it before anyone else, and I like
I
it.
got one of those.
I love
I
it.
got one of those from 2014 in the basement too. And it's actually I don't have it in the basement. It's in Fred Colbert's golf bag. I'm seeing him this weekend, so maybe I'll take it back if he ever gets a new one.
I love the Spider. I don't know. I think it's great. I rolled some
Struggle on fast
some
greens with it.
I rolled some huge putts past couple weeks, like some 20-foot just bombs.
All right, that's great stuff. So to summarize, we're shrinking drinking on the golf course. We have a potential shrink watch on lab putters. We have grow on, for me personally, doing whatever it takes to simplify your mind. Quiet your mind. Zach Brown Band, song 6, you get what you give. Quiet your mind. And that's where we're going with that. So moving in, we'll kind of go through here. Do you want to go gem of the week? Do you want to go who you're stroking? Do you want to go picks? Where are we going?
We could go gem of the week. I don't know if it's a gem necessarily, but we could go gem of the week.
All right. I can start. I played a
You go.
gem last week in South Carolina. I had the
Oh,
pleasure
I'm
of
excited. I didn't
playing.
think you'd have one.
I had the pleasure of playing May River Golf Course in Palmetto Bluff, South Carolina, which is top 5 course in South Carolina. Extremely, very private. Had a buddy whose dad is a member who was able to set us up an unaccompanied tee time. Incredible golf course, like Augusta kind of vibes. There's live oak, there's moss. It's awesome. My one ding was they've had a crazy drought in South Carolina and they're redoing all the tee boxes. So the tee boxes were kind of beat, and the greens were top dressed. Now, that being said, the greens were faster than my home course, even with sand. And that might be why I was questioning my existence as a human being last week. Had a 4 caddy, who ended up just being like buddies with my brother after like 3 holes, and I was just like third wheeling their day. I wasn't playing well, and every putt he was like, "It's uphill," and I'm like, "Dude, I've hit every putt 8 feet past the hole. Like, don't tell me it's uphill." And continued to do that, and like I was like, "Damn, I'm getting beat up." And I've played well. Like I've shot even at this course before. My brother-in-law shot 69, which was like just carving. And he missed a putt on 18 for 68. Like at some point I was like, I wish I was just riding with him just to like catch some osmosis there. But if you ever have the opportunity to vacation down Hilton Head, there's a lot of great courses. I also played Arthur Hills Palmetto Dunes, which was a typical like vacation muni, but after the day before and how hard that course treated me, like just a smooth, like easy sailing 2 over. I was like, this is great. I love vacation. Day before, I was mad at myself. I wasn't playing better to enjoy what an awesome golf course that is, but I did, and I will show in the next pod. I did add a nice little American flag May River to my my wall of flags, which will be a much better backdrop than my football podcast backdrop.
Let's go. Yeah, I'll have to work on my backdrop. Need a couple weeks there to prep for that one. But that being said, I have like a two-pronged gem of the week here. I would say gem number one, and it's not really a gem because when it comes out, it's going to be a full-blown heavy hitter. But Rodeo Dunes, I know we've talked about it. It is the coolest looking place with the coolest story ever. They invited me to come out. I think I'm going out beginning of September to Rodeo Dunes. And yeah, I don't know if you're free. Shout out Rodeo Dunes for having me, but it's not open yet, and I'm pumped. It's going to be the coolest experience ever.
Yeah, I'm very jealous of that. I'm going on a bachelor party in Denver this weekend, and I was trying to make our way on there, but we're in Denver, so it's an hour. So we're playing Fossil Trace. If you ever heard of it, I guess
Fossil
it's
Trace
got
is
like
electric.
dinosaur bones and stuff in the fairway, which is cool. We were signed up to play Rain Dance, but Rain Dance is the longest course in America, and this is with the bachelor party type group. I don't think 8,500 yards is going to be very fun, even with the altitude, with my buddies. So switch to Fossil Trace. There's an in and out on the way from the airport. That's strategic as well. But yeah, looking forward to sharing about that and hearing about Rodeo Dunes. You get out there.
Fossil Trace is electric, and look up on in the same breath, Arrowhead in
I played Arrowhead.
Colorado. Arrowhead's electric.
Do you? All right, we can go tangent here. I have an Arrowhead story for you. So I went to I thought the name was cool. I was like, I'm gonna play here. I wish I had picked to play somewhere else for a couple of reasons. I got a rental car just for one day. I was there for a work trip, and I'm like, I'm gonna drive out and play this golf course. Drive out, get my bag, get in and out, obviously. Get to the golf course. They say they have rental clubs. I was gonna bring my clubs, decided not to. They said, we'll have whatever you have. We got them all. So I get there, I get rental clubs. They give me like, mega game improvement clubs, which plus the altitude, like I'm hitting a 7-iron, 215 yards. And I pull up to the first tee, and there's this guy, I think his name was Dave, I don't know, but he's wearing a golf shirt, and under it he has his Colorado Avalanche like jersey t-shirt, right? And I'm like, okay. He hits 5 tee shots. He's like, they don't have a driving range, so I just hit 5 off the first tee. It's what everybody does here. He hits his 5th, and the starter is like, what are you doing, dude? And so then we get up there, and he's using range balls, which is a huge, like, funny thing. I'm
Yeah,
like,
it's
okay,
insane.
whatever. So we get past the first tee, and cart girl comes up, and I'm like, yeah, let me get a Tito's and lemonade, a Sprite double, 2 of them, because like this is gonna be a long day. So the cart girl drives away, and he's like, yeah, I've been sober. I'm sober. And I was like, oh, okay, sorry. Like, I offered to buy him, if he wanted to drink. He's like, yeah, I don't drink. I was like, okay, no problem. Like, sorry if me getting a drink triggered you or whatever. And he's like, no, it's all right. I'm going through a divorce, so I'm not really working on it. And I'm like, okay. Then he pulls out the fattest joint I've ever seen in my entire life. It was thicker than this like bottle of aftershave, and starts smoking weed. I'm like, all right, and like, dude, I'm not anti-grass by any means, but I'm like, whatever this guy's got, I don't want a piece of it because I'll be on the moon. And so then we're playing. He's so high, and we get to like the 5th, 6th hole. He's telling me now about his divorce. Right, his wife caught him with his new girlfriend, who's a Wendy's cashier. They're living in the basement of his house that his wife is still living in the big part. He's in the guest house part of it. He just like the worst guy ever, like breaking down all these things. And I'm like, dude, I kind of feel like your wife is right. And I'm like, I can't do this. I wrote a newsletter about it like 2 years ago. I have to find it to refresh my memory. But, in between jobs, this whole like riot act thing. But he's like, I'm going to help her get a new job and do this. And I'm like, oh, yeah, maybe she can go to Chick-fil-A or something like that. And he didn't like that. I can't remember. He had a line. If I think of it, I'll bring it up next time. But Arrowhead was cool. Got a lot of cool pictures, but my entire day was just an absolute warp zone of Dave.
They have some weird people out there. The weirdest people I've ever met golfing have been in Denver.
Yeah.
You
Ma-
pull up to the first tee and you just get partnered with some of the weirdest people in the world. Sorry to anyone from Denver. I
you
enjoy the
get it. If
various
you're
Denver
from
folk.
Denver, you're not really from Denver. You moved to Denver, so you can pretend it's not about you.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
but yeah, that would be a good book. Like just play with randoms and write about all their stories. Maybe I'll do that someday.
Some of
Be a
them
good
are
one.
absolutely insane. The other day I heard a guy, I was playing with a guy, and his buddy was pissed and chucked his club into the woods. And he goes, "Why don't you throw a provisional club in case you can't find that one?" And I died laughing, and the guy did
That's a
not
great line.
appreciate it, but I thought it was great.
That's a great line.
Pretty
That's a great
electric.
line. That is good stuff. So where are you playing this weekend?
This weekend, let's see. This week we got Connecticut National. They're having me out. But next week I'm going up to Vermont with the fiance. I'm going to the golf club at Equinox and Stratton Mountain Resort. So
Okay.
I'm excited.
I
See what
played there a
Vermont
couple years
has to
ago,
offer.
I think. Yeah, Vermont's dude, the air's so good. I got a good Vermont one when we get to October. If you drive by Cedar Knoll, try to jump in for a 9. Um, Wild place. I had a frost delay in August there once. Uh,
Cedar Knoll.
the Knoll, the troll of the Knoll, dude. It's just carved into a mountain. It's like a farm golf course in a mountain. It's the weirdest thing. But going into our final segment here, we've gone a little long, so we got a couple minutes here quickly before next week we'll start the mailbag. But our topic we're gonna end every week on is we're gotta start stroking guys. So who are we stroking, right? Who was getting a penalty shot this week from you?
You go first. I need a little second to think about mine because I got a
Second to
couple good
think.
ones.
All right, my who I want to hand out. I mean, I wish I could do it to the guy that blew the tournament yesterday, but he's had a rough day, right? Uh, if I could look out, I think Jordan Spieth, dude, change the putter. You brought it up. What are you doing? Like, even for one round and putt bad and then go back to your trusty one. This kind of goes back to my pick up another one. Make the TP Mills jealous. Take the lab out for a spin. Get a phantom out there. Like, do something. This is my favorite golfer ever, dude. I met him at a Cowboys game in 2014. I was like, "What's up, Jordan?" And he was not like, and he was like, "What's up, man?" And my buddy's an Under Armour guy and says he's the best guy ever. It's like, I want to be your best friend, man, but like, try some other putters, dude. Like, I saw him doing it to Travelers, and like, he didn't play well. It's like, what are you doing? Try something. Like, just try to change. And I like his like press conference where he's like, failure's a part of it. It's like, dude, just put that putter in the travel bag. Like, if you're at Delta, like, I think he travels in the RV, but like, somebody close to him, like, hide that putter for a weekend just to see what happens. Like, so Jordan Spieth's getting stroked this week by
Complete disaster that Jordan Spieth is and his game. I've just seen the crash outs every single week. It gets worse and worse.
It's tough.
And
It's tough. All right, who you got?
I am stroking whoever was in charge of this year's PGA Tour schedule. And this is a hot take, but every single event that has actually been PGA Tour sanctioned has not been that good, to be honest. The signature events have been okay. Like, to be honest, I never thought the Travelers would be the best signature event, but the Travelers is like
Travers
the
is
best.
awesome.
Yeah, Travelers is great. No disrespect to that. And no disrespect to Sunday at John Deere yesterday, but like John Deere was a snooze fest until like the back nine yesterday. It was just nobody out there, nobody cares about it. Like a lot of the guys, I know their names, but I'm like, who is this guy? Like a journeyman from like mini tours that, maybe somehow snuck into Corn Ferry and then was like the 20th guy 3 years ago and has some special temporary exemption. I'm like, who is this guy? So yeah, the schedule has not been that great. It's a bummer that guys like Rory just don't show up a lot of weeks, and like I don't know. I think a lot of the signature events, like I went to the Cadillac Championship, just lacked like any excitement.
Yeah.
Cam Young was up by like 6 strokes on Sunday, and I'm like, I'm watching this for nothing. Like there was no cut. I don't know. It wasn't that interesting. The schedule has not been that great this year, and I'm excited for next year. I hope the match play or something gets us
Yeah, I
excited because Eastlake is not it, and the rest of the tour schedule just has been mediocre.
yeah, and I think the majors have been good. The one time I'll push back is the one that the PGA Tour puts on, the Players Championship, was awesome this year.
The Players is
And
always awesome.
so that might not count because it's kind of like an elevated event, but that would be my one push on you. I thought like early in the year but even that was like Goddard was going crazy because the other guys weren't. And I think because you don't really have that like Scotty domination this year, it's feeling a lot more random week to week. And he's had 2 playoff losses. So I think if he gets on a roll and, weeks building up to the major, like with the Open Championship coming up in a couple weeks, like maybe that's why it was a down. The John Deere's always funky, but like it's always up and comer thing or Zach Johnson wins. So um, I'd rather have that than Zach Johnson winning. So I'll take Goddard up. I like the end. I wish we got a
Pumped with
playoff.
Goddard up.
That
Love
I
Goddard
like.
up. He's gonna save. He's gonna save the U.S. Ryder Cup team.
I sure hope so.
He's
He
what we
should have
got.
played last year. Should have
I
played
know.
last year. All right. That's going to do it for this week's episode of CartPath Only. Before you log off, make sure to subscribe. Make sure to follow us on Instagram, CartPath Only Media. We'll have our two bios here as well. We want you to DM us at CartPath Only Media, and we'll put up a little story where you can put questions in. Give us some shrink or grow ideas. Give us some match play debate topics that will start next week. If there's a hidden gem that Scott hasn't played, throw it in there. We'll talk about it. He'll go out and find these. He'll go play your dog track. Like, send him, throw him a treat. He will go play your dog track. He will run it. I won't, because I have to be in the office, but I would love to. Let's do it. Let's get some matches. Let's hear it go. We want to hear what you have to say. We want to build this around what everybody wants to hear from. It was great chatting with you, my man. Looking forward to hearing about your trip down to Connecticut National, and I'll have some Rocky Mountain High reports for you next week when we get back on the show.
Beautiful. I'm very excited. We got the Scottish Open this week. Going to be a big week, and I have a dog track this week I'm going to review as well. So that'll be a fun.
Very fun. All right, man. Peace out.